Welcome to Odessa Rose Creates. How are you doing today, Miss or Mr. Creator? I hope you had a fantastic week. It's an holiday. It's been a while since I've been on live. I've had things to do, people to see, people to meet, and today I'm getting back to crafting. And of course, our new Couture products for the autumn and fall, autumn and Christmas season, and everyday new products launched on Tuesday, July 6th. And today we're going to work with one of our new products that I got at Couture Convention, and it's the block set and the Christmas greeting, which I put a link to those products. Also put a link in the, or also put the holiday single paste packet collection, so you can get 6 colors. It's this one right here. I actually have one. So you can get single colors instead of buying a jar in holiday, which you could use on this project right here. All right, you get the Candy Apple, Shimmer Gold, Bright White, Shimmer Spruce, which I can't wait to get. I almost wish I had that for this project today, but it is on order. I guess I could open this up, but then I wouldn't be able to show you guys. Shimmer Silver and Black Velvet. So that is also in the link, plus this surface and this transfer that we're going to use today. Let's see if I can get these stuck in here. Kind of have to do a couple at a time. Woo! There we go. Okay, so I did a little prepping because I had to go out to the workshop and do some sanding. But before I did that, I'll show you what I did. I'm going to find myself here first, so hold on. Oh man, I hate it when it doesn't pop up. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. All right. So, I took the block set, which comes in our white finish, just like all our other, but before I sanded, I took a hammer to these, just a regular old hammer, and I used both ends, and sometimes it's even better if you can get a really sharp edge on the edge of your hammer. I use, I don't know what you call this end, where you pull out the nails, and I used this. And I just pounded these randomly all over to make little dents. And then after I got the pounding done, I took my power sander and sand off, and so it leaves the white spots where the hammer dented in the wood. So it was like this, white. And then I sanded it down after I hammered in, and it left this texture. It's really pretty smooth after you smooth it out, but it gives this texture of almost like a snowstorm. To me, I think of snow falling, or or storm. I mean, I know it's not flakes, but it gives you the illusion, right? And I actually did it on both sides, mainly because I was just practicing, but I think that'll look good having it on both sides. So if these were sitting somewhere where you're going to walk around, you're going to have a finished side on both, okay? So sanding the edges, all sides. I'm going to add scrapbook paper around the edge, okay? So I selected 3 patterns. And they're kind of a Christmas plaid here. Some polka dot, but we're working more with browns instead of black. I mean, it's kind of a brown and black combination, this cute little polka dot. And this is what's left of this floral that had pine cones in it, some berries, eucalyptus, roses, kind of a cool pattern. I already cut down the strips for this one, which is going to go on the large block. I cut strips for the polka dot, which is going on the medium size. And now we need to cut the strips for the plaid, which is going to go on the small square. So the transfer Then after we get the prepping done of the surface, is called Christmas Greeting. This is for the large block, Merry Christmas. Noel is for the medium size, and the Ornaments is for the small size. So if you're just joining again, I prepped these blocks already. I took a hammer and just pounded this in, and these too, randomly all over, changing your direction before I sanded off the white paint. And that's what left this illusion of a snowstorm on my blocks. I did the fronts and the backs so we can see them on both sides. And actually you could even transfer on both sides, but I think I'll just transfer on the one side and leave the snowstorm in the back. So, okay, that's how I did that. Then took my electric little sander and sanded off the white paint, which is, you know, it comes white like this. And then I just sanded the edges. But I didn't really sand these because I'm going to put scrapbook paper around the edges. All right. So this is the block set from Couture, which is linked in the link up above, along with this transfer is linked up above. And I linked the holiday paste packets, single paste packets, which has traditional holiday colors. But today I'm going to use Scarlet, which is a red. I think it was last year's Christmas red. You can, of course, use Candy Apple. I'm using Pesto, Eucalyptus. I'm pulling these colors basically out of this paper right here. So I'm pulling the colors out of my paper. Black and Bark are the colors I'm going to use. So first, let's go ahead and cut out the paper for this block. And it's going to be this kind of a worn plaid look. Okay, so we're kind of doing traditional, but yeah, I guess it's traditional. Kind of a worn look to it. And, oh, this is like, I think it would be 7/8 of an inch, but just measure the width of your block. If I'm getting that right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7/8 is the width of the blocks. They're a little thicker than our other cutouts. Thicker than our, like, trees and pumpkins and all that good stuff. It's thicker than that. So always measure your depth of your pieces before you cut your paper. All right. So I think we're done with the paper cutter. I'm going to put that away. Get it out of the way. Let's see if we can say hello before we get started. We're going to next glue our paper around the edges and then wax everything and put on our transfer. So let's see who I can say hi to. Hello, Tilissa and Morgan. Good morning, guys. Hello, Claudia. Vicky Keller's watching. Stephanie Scott is watching. Good morning, Susan. Deborah Price is watching. Devon Johnson's watching. Say hello, guys. Angela. It's not, maybe it's Angela, but it looks different. Pretty papers. Thanks, Deb. Good morning, Rosa. Good morning, Julianne. I have a sister named Julianne. Hello, Vicky Keller. Nancy, good morning. Good morning, Lisa. Hello, everybody. Good morning, Amy. So, I hope you were on long enough to see what I have done so far. I prepped out these blocks. This set of 3 blocks is by Couture. You get this long one, and you get a long rectangular and a shorter rectangular and this square. And they're kind of designed to set on top of each other, or you can separate them out. Maybe these 2 might work in your tiered tray. Maybe even the long one, depending on how big your tiered tray is. But before I sanded them down, I hammered them with my hammer and got these indentions. So I whack, 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 change all the patterns or change the directions. And then I sanded and got left with this snowstorm on my blocks, okay? So it's pretty smooth. I mean, I didn't hammer in too far, but enough that the sander can't reach the indentions. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, right? So the plaid's going on the square. This is going on that one. And then we're going to glue the floral on this one. So let's get started with that. And I'm going to grab me a piece of cardboard to put my strips on. I guess I better grab my Mod Podge. I want to come and live in the creative part of your head. Oh, you know, I don't know where it comes from. Seriously. You know, last night I decided, okay, we're going to do this project today, but I totally had a different look. I mean, I thought about hammering them, but I was going to do more just nature colors, like browns and greens, but I kind of waiting on that new green to come in, and I need bark desperately. I have very little bark, so I changed it up. I'm going to add some reds and greens to it, so we don't have to have too much bark that I need to use, because I don't have very much. So just going to lather this up with Mod Podge. All right, and I'm going to take my block here. I think I'm just going to, oh, I did my plaid. Lordy, the plaid goes on this one. That was close. Not that it really would have mattered, but let's see, I forget. How do I want to do this? I'm going to start in the middle. I believe okay, so I'm just wrapping this around. Whoop. Man. Make sure it goes on straight. Okay, and let's do the second one. So, you know, you can pretty much, if you're going to put the paper around, I try to do like a print, like a floral print in a larger scale. Then you want to do like a geometric. That's kind of like what our plaid is. And then a small pattern, which is, I'm doing the small polka dot. So you kind of want to keep those patterns in mind so they coordinate well without one overpowering the other, I guess you could say. Let's see if I can get these plaids to match up. It does. Pretty much right on the line. So I'm just buttoning these two papers up together. And I'm going to bring them around here and then cut off where I need to meet the previous strip. Okay. Nice and tight around the corners. You can see how cute that's going to be. All right, so we got the plaid on. Now we'll do the floral. And now you either want to wipe off this glue or just make sure you put it right in the same spot so you don't get Mod Podge on the front and tear your paper. That would not be good. And you want it kind of thick. You don't want it super thin. It's kind of nice when it's thick. It slides around a little bit at first so you can position your paper. And I guess I did not really need to sand the edges of these corners because I'm wrapping them in paper anyway. But you could always go back and sand the paper off in that area too. So it does expose the wood on the corners, edges. That's whatever works for you. Kind of wished I would have brought my clippy down. Get out of my hair out of my face. Driving me crazy. Okay, let's do the next one. Right in there. So I hope everybody had a good 4th. Everyone stayed safe. Continue on here. Just press it down as we go. I thought about not papering the bottom, but you never know. It could like lay on a tray or something on your coffee table, or if it fell over on a shelf or on a tray, you know, it's going to be finished on the bottom, which kind of makes it look nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the time and wrap that paper all the way around. I just need to cut that where it meets. Now we have that one done. I'm just still pressing it, making sure it's, you know, it doesn't have any air pockets or anything like that. Okay, so now we got these two. See how they're gonna look pretty sharp together. And one more block to wrap. So the large one took 3 strips of the 12-inch paper, and the other 2 are just taking 2 strips with some trimming. Let's just lay it here on the top. And don't ask me where I got my papers, because I buy papers mostly from scrapbook.com. But some of these feel thinner. Usually the thinner ones come from a craft store. And I just collect them. If I see something I like, I buy it, and I don't always remember where I got it. So the point is, just pick out papers you like and go with it. Like I said, I kind of like to coordinate with a large pattern, like a floral or something like that, and then do a plaid or a geometric, and then a small print like a polka dot or some kind of tiny print. And that way they're not all overpowering each other. If you did 3 large ones or 3 plaids or whatever, it might get kind of crazy. Or you could do a solid. It's kind of like how you would pick out fabrics or for a room. What I liked about Couture at first. It was kind of like interior designing on a little surface. You got your flooring or your walls, and then you got your fabrics, especially when I use patterns, whether I'm transferring patterns or I'm using scrapbook paper. To me, it's like interior designing. Okay, all the different textures and all the different patterns. Okay, so we got the 3. Let's see that one. This is our 3rd patterns. Okay. So now we are ready to chalk. And I am going to throw this in some water. My Mod Podge brush. I forgot to bring out a cup of water. I didn't want my brush to get all dry and crusty, right? Done with this. All right. Okay, brand new transfer. Christmas greetings. New this season. Let's get her opened up. Cut it apart. I would have thought, never would have thought to use brown black, but I really like it with the others. Yes. Well, there's pine cone in this paper, which is brown and black. So that's why I chose this polka dot, which kind of has a brown and black feel to it with the little mini polka dots, which has kind of like a gold polka dot, and there's actually gold berries in this paper too, or gold on the pine cone. So you kind of pulling out those colors. That looks really good. I probably could pull a little gold shimmer. I might, maybe I'll pull a little gold shimmer in my design somewhere. I'll bring it out here just in case. All right, let's trim this apart. I want to make sure I get the top sides that I selected. I want this one over there, and probably, oh yeah, I was going to have this grain go the other direction. No, that goes, so I want to go up and down with it. probably like this. And then this one, I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I did these pretty good. I can't even tell where my seam is. It's right there, so I need to go this way. Okay. I'm gonna put just a little bit of finishing wax on it so my transfer doesn't stick too much, although there's probably still sawdust on this, paint dust from sanding. I might just take a little wipe and clean it up a little bit because chances are there's probably some dust on them. Run the dryer on it real quick. And we'll add our wax just to protect my transfer and my surface so the transfer pulls off easy. Make sure you can see. You wouldn't think it'd be so wet from that white, but it still feels kind of damp. All right, throw some of this stuff away. All right, wax. This is my dark wax. I'm going to see what that looks like. I'm going to do the back side. Not too bad. Okay. So I am using the Special Dark Stained Finishing Wax Paste. We definitely can use the clear. I just didn't want it to darken my white indentions too much. It's not. And I'm not putting it on very heavy. Just kind of a little bit of it. I do like it on the edges because it darkens up the sanded down edge. So I might just do that a little bit darker. Make sure I get that the way I want. Usually I will, well, I probably will when I'm done, go ahead and wax. I like to wax the paper too, because it just gives it more of a finished feel. I just do it now before I forget. Sometimes I don't always wax over my transfer. I probably will, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. I like how the stained wax darkens these sanded edges. Looks really good. there's my hammering from the hammer before I sanded it down, and it left me that little snow effect, I'm going to call it, snow effect. Just making sure that's the side I want to use. Okay. We can always wax them later. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm going to do the Merry in pesto and the Christmas in black. Maybe a little bark thrown in there to kind of give it that pine cone coloring look. And these fit perfectly on these blocks because that's what this transfer was designed for. So it'll be easy to line it up. Okay, like I said, I have very, very little bark. It is on order. So I'm just going to kind of put some here and there. I'm going to work that black around it. I find if you smear black in it, it kind of, you can kind of lose the brown. So just kind of going to go around it. And then we'll take off the transfer. Skim it down a little bit and take it off. Just make sure you get all the silkscreen areas filled in. So I want to show you how you can kind of see that brown and black both in there. It's not just solid black. But I am going to lift this up because this is old paste and it looks extremely good. Very good. I have some brown on my Merry, so we'll see how that looks like. I'm going to do pesto on the Merry. Especially my tail of my Y has brown in it, so let's see if we can get that. I don't think it'll really matter. I think it's still going to look sharp even if you have a little bit of brown in it. All right, you ready? Merry Christmas. You can see it. Looks pretty. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I'm going to lay this on its backer. We'll set it aside and do the next one, which is Noel. A little bit more detail in this one with the little holly. So we'll do that in the pesto again. And then they got the little design in the middle of the O. So I might do that design here in the eucalyptus in gold. And so we're definitely going to need a detail tool for this. More multi-tool, maybe even probably not the detail tool. I'll just use the multi-tool. And then Noel again in the black/brown. So we got a little spacings to work with here. So I actually might do the detail work or the Noel, lift it up, dry it, and lay it back down and do the holly and the design in the O. Because I'm not working with new paste, so it's going to dry pretty quickly. Let's see, what am I going to do? I think I'll just go ahead and use this. And I'm going to kind of do just like I did on the Christmas, combining the brown with the black. Just kind of smooth it down so my paste is smooth on my print. Okay, I'm going to peel it off and then lay it back down. So we got brown and black in there. Okay, so I'm going to dry it and then we'll lay this back down and finish the details. And so line it back up again on that Noel, and we'll do these little cute guys right in here. And we're doing some eucalyptus. There. Taking the corner of my multi-tool here and doing those little dots in gold shimmer, which might even be better with a Q-tip. Such a small space. I think my little Q-tip work is gonna do better. I'm going to just peel that up, and then we'll do this holly over here in red berries and a green pesto leaf. And pesto. Okay. There it is. aside. Now we have one more to do. The ornaments, which are the most detailed. Here they are. You can detail them or just do them one color or a couple colors. Stunning. You like it, Beth? Kind of not paying attention to what's going on over here. And joining a bit late. Yes, you'll have to go back and see how I did these ornaments. Let's see. So we have like 4 colors. Okay, this one's kind of like that witch's eye, which kind of has that metallic center on them. If you ever seen a witch's eye ornament, that's what they call them. I don't know why. This one right here. Usually they're like shimmery in the middle, and then they're like indented in. So those are kind of cool. I just got wax. Oh goodness. I just got chalk, black chalk from my finger. I have to dry that. If I left it wet, it might bleed the chalk a little bit. So it's dried up. I got a smear of black paste on it, so just gonna clean it up first. Okay. So I'm gonna put gold in kind of the area and just kind of blend it into, say, like eucalyptus, no, maybe pesto. Kind of want red in here and some of the other colors over there. So, okay. So, let's take our gold shimmer, and I'm just kind of gonna brush it in here in the center of this ornament. Doesn't have to be perfectly in here, but because I'm just going to blend the pesto right up next to it. And I think I'm going to make the little loop thing on the top in gold. And then this, I am using pesto. Guess I didn't need to clean that off. Okay, pesto around the rest of the ornament. It's going to be a pretty green ornament, green and gold. And we'll make the string black. So it looks something like this, right? I'm just going to lift that up. I don't want to scooch that off a little bit. Okay, gonna lift it up. There it is. Let that settle down. I'm gonna make this one red with the dinger in the bottom, the bell ringer in the bottom gold, and the little loop on the top gold, just like I did on the green one. And I'm just gonna make the rest of it red, so it's not too crazy. I could get a little more detail in it, but we'll see. Let's see what we come up with. I don't know if I can get that gold. gold doesn't show up the best on this wood tone. But getting there. And back to black on the string. And we need to do red in the middle of the ornament. I almost forgot. Okay. So we're going to lift that up too. See it there. Ooh, it's looking pretty. Last one, we're going to do some gold and some eucalyptus on this one. Put gold down the center here. And black for our string. And then our eucalyptus for the rest of our ornament. Hopefully it'll show up okay on the wood. Okay, I think we got him. There. Those turned out really pretty. I like it. All right. I'm going to pick this up a bit, dry them off really well, and put a little wax on them and they'll be done. We got them like this. Okay. So pretty. It's like traditional with a rustic flair. Kind of neat. Get them dried up here, throw on a little wax, and it'll be good. Yes, they are so cool. I'll let them cool down a little bit. See if I can. Probably not. There. And look at the sides with the paper on them. Boop. Pretty cool, huh? Yes. All right. What I'm also going to do is you can kind of see the whiteness of my sides that didn't get sanded. So if you put a little distressed ink on the sides there, that'll darken that white up to blend in with the rest of the project. So I'm using a Tim Holtz distressed ink. You can buy this at craft stores, online. So if you just go over that white edge, it'll just darken it up a little bit. This one looks really yellowy. What is this? Look at that stain. It should be darker. It's probably my sponge. But I'm just going to go over that whiteness and darken that up. I almost feel like that's the wrong ink on there. Just doesn't seem dark enough. This big one. Whoop. Yeah, it's darkening it. See, it's not so bright white anymore. These are getting kind of dry, so I'm just going to use the pad. And then I'll just kind of stain that down a little bit. You can even, do it on the wood too, just to kind of darken the edges a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Like that. Once again, this is Tim Holtz distressed ink. You can use to darken the edges and distress your projects with. Love it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'll put a little bit of wax on it. Not much. Just kind of smooths out that pasty, dry, pasty feeling. Okay, I'm calling it good, guys. Hope you enjoyed my little tutorial today with the paper, coordinating your fabrics, just like you would home decor. And they look just as cool on the back side, even though they don't have any, I can't get it, writing on it. I think it looks cool. With that hammering, so I hammered the blocks first just to put in markings with this end and this end both. It indents it in, so then when you sand it, it leaves that whiteness there. Kind of gives you a snowfall effect, I think. So kind of cool. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you, swipe that out of the way. I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions about chalking, if first time you want to do it, shoot me a message. You want to join our club, which is a great transfer you get every month with 3 single paste packets to create with. If you want to become a designer yourself, maybe you want to do a lot of crafting, you can sell those projects. You can sell our Couture products, and yeah, take advantage of that. It's all in my link, couture.com/Odessa Rose, which I get asked a lot about Odessa Rose. Odessa Rose is named after my grandmothers. It's their middle names. So it was Carrie Odessa and Mary Rosella. So that's where I got Odessa Rose. And so I know I get asked that about every time I'm live, and I never see it pop up until afterwards. So, all right, thanks for chalking with me, and have a great day. Bye.